Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 24.1B. I've entitled this video, Waterways of Australia. This video is going to cover pages 733 to 735. One of the most spectacular and complex ecosystems on Earth is located in the ocean waters just off Australia's northeastern shore, and you can see that on the map right here. The Great Barrier Reef is a living coral reef, a giant community of marine animals called corals. Question number 1. What is a coral reef? That is a giant community of marine animals. Question 2. What is the Great Barrier Reef? Well, as you can see, this is a tremendously huge coral reef off the northeastern part of Australia. And continuing on with that, the Great Barrier Reef is made up of nearly 3,000 smaller coral reefs extending for more than 1,250 miles. So that sort of finishes the definition that we started from the previous slide. This Great Barrier Reef is made up of nearly 3,000 smaller coral reefs. These reefs formed over millions of years by actions of the biosphere. As corals lived, grew, and died, their hard skeletons built layer upon layer, forming large underwater formations called reefs. Coral reefs are held together by algae and tiny bits of plant and animal matter that become stuck in the reefs. The Great Barrier Reef is teeming with marine life. Brightly colored fish and shellfish search for food and hide among the corals. Sponges, starfish, and anemones cling to the coral reefs, decorating them like living ornaments. I practiced saying anemone before this video. I really did. Trust me. Question number 3. How was the Great Barrier Reef created? Well, it was created over millions of years by actions in the biosphere as corals lived and then grew and then died, and their hard skeletons built on layer upon layer, building these reefs. Question number 4. What holds the coral reefs together? Algae and tiny bits of plant and animal matter that become stuck in the reefs. Question number 5. What can be found in the Great Barrier Reef? Oh my goodness, so much marine life. Brightly colored fish, shellfish, sponges, starfish, and anemones can all be found inside the Great Barrier Reef. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back by getting it right that time. Just south of Australia's southeastern coast is a unique island called Tasmania. Mountains, valleys, and plateaus cover its surface. Some of the world's wildest unexplored rainforests grow in Tasmania. These are cool, temperate rainforests, which differ from the warm tropical rainforest in the northeastern part of Australia. Tasmania's broad central plateau is scattered with more than 4,000 shallow lakes. Question number 6. What is Tasmania? Tasmania is the island that is part of Australia, but it's right here on the map. So it is not its own country, it's part of Australia, but it is a pretty neat island that has tons of cool, unique animals and creatures and rainforest things. Just a really cool place, and all those lakes too. Waterways of Australia. Most of Australia has a dry climate. Lack of rain means few large rivers flow across the land. Australia's largest rivers flow from the eastern mountains. The important Murray-Darling River system, and that's pictured right down here, flows through a dry basin in southeastern Australia. The many rivers in the Murray-Darling system bring so much water to the area that the land is green and fertile. Many of Australia's people, plants, and animals depend on underground aquifers for their water. Nearly 1/3 of all water used in Australia comes from underground sources. In a dry land such as Australia, water is a precious resource. And now we can answer the rest of the questions. Question number 7. Why does Australia have very few large rivers? Because it has such a dry climate and it lacks rain, so it's very hard to find large rivers. Question number 8. Why is the Murray-Darling River system so important to Australia? Because it has so much water that it brings to the area that they can actually grow crops there. It's green and fertile, so it is the one place in Australia where you can find a lot of water to make the area around it so fertile. Question number 9. What is an aquifer? I found this definition here off the internet, which I thought is very good. It's an underground layer of permeable rock or sediment that contains water and can supply water to wells and springs. So it's the way, water on top of the surface is in rivers and streams and ponds and lakes. That's, groundwaters. You can see that on the surface. But below our Earth, we have these areas of underground water and we call those aquifers. And in Australia, to answer question 10, where does nearly 1/3 of all water used in Australia come from? It comes from underground sources, from these aquifers. And that makes aquifers extremely important for the people in Australia. In question 11, why is water a precious resource in Australia? Because it's rare. We give value to things that are very hard to come by. In Australia, water is not as easy to come by as it is in other parts of the world. Well, that's all I have for you today. But before we go, of course, I've got to have a meme for you. Why did the shark cross the Great Barrier Reef? To get to the other tide. Oh my. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.